When it comes to Coach Lebby's offense, what's the most challenging part of picking it up?
Definitely the terminology and the way they teach it. Back in high school, whenever we had plays or installs and stuff, you kind of would just go over the play and here's the play, here's how it's ran, and you kind of have freedom to, coaches will give you guidelines of what to do and your freedom. But with Coach Lebby's system, you get these install cards, and on the cards they have the play, and they have our rules like a top down progression chart.
Got it.
You could say of rules, whether that's we get pressure like to our run, what are we doing here? We get pressure away from it. What are we doing here? And alongside that, whether it's pass plays, it could be like, is it a two high structure? Is it a single high structure? And if so, you have certain rules based off of that. So honestly, I really like it. It's actually helped me out a lot this spring, just kind of especially with the pass plays, the two high, one high structure thing, just kind of processing things in my head because we play at such a fast tempo that having those set rules and structures has helped me out tremendously.
Yeah. You feel like enrolling early was a huge thing for you, like just the fact that you should still be in high school right now, right?
And insane advantage. Anyone that's on the fence about doing it, I would say 1,000% do it, and it helps you a ton, but you also have a ton of fun doing it. Maybe some people feel like they don't want to do it because they want to finish out high school, or they might feel isolated in a place like this, and it's the complete opposite. You meet all these new people, and you have other early enrollees that are coming in with you that you can become friends with. But from a head start standpoint, it's insane. Like learning the playbook, going against, seeing how practices are ran, seeing how meetings are ran, going to class. Just anything involved in college, you just get a huge head start that, a lot of people that are going to come in summer are going to be a little bit behind, on that aspect, and also the physical aspect, like the strength and conditioning aspect, whether it's, knowing what Coach Smitty wants, how they, like the way they, I guess, lift weights or the way that we operate things, just a huge advantage.
Let's talk about your recruiting process a little bit, and all the attention you got, all the coverage around it. Take me through, what that experience was like.
It was awesome. I wouldn't trade it for anything. Obviously, there's a lot of pressure that comes with that, and so just try to handle that as best as I can. Take it day by day, but the recruiting process was awesome. I loved visiting all the schools that I went to. Loved the coaches that I met during the process, and it was amazing for me. I know some people have different stories about the recruiting process, but personally, I loved it.
What was your favorite visit of the process?
Favorite visit? I only took one official visit, and it was here, so I feel obligated to say that. But I feel like I really liked visiting Ole Miss, Ole Miss's campus and Notre Dame's campus. Thought that it was cool atmospheres.
Cool spot,
I really liked Oxford. I just liked the way that I don't know, you get off a highway and you come into like this almost like paradise.
Right
it was really cool, but I honestly didn't visit a ton of places, but the ones that stood out the most was probably Oxford and Notre Dame, and obviously here.
Yeah. What's Coach Kiffin like at Ole Miss? What was it like getting recruited by him?
I really didn't get recruited much by Coach Kiffin.
Yeah.
It was more Lebby.
Yeah.
And that's obviously what started our whole relationship.
Thing,
And when he came here,
yeah,
got recruited here. But a little quiet.
Yeah.
But great dude, great coach. Nothing but good things to say about him.
Yeah, that's sweet. So tell me about your relationship with Coach Lebby and kind of how that, how you ended up following him here, and how big of a part of that decision he was in coming to Oklahoma.
Yeah, so that can go back almost, like, not for me, but for I think 12 years ago, 13 years ago, my head coach in high school was, I think he roomed with Coach Lebby at Baylor, when they were GAs or whatnot. And so they were close. They've kept in touch, so they're still really good friends now. And so when our head coach came to my high school 3 years ago, got me connected with these coaches, and one of those coaches was Coach Lebby. So he told Coach Lebby, trust in this kid. He's got what it takes. And I think Coach Lebby and Ole Miss are my fourth offer, and that was before I even started a game on varsity. So knowing that a coach like Coach Lebby had that trust in me early on always stood out to me in my recruitment. And since he offered me, like ever since he offered me, we talked every week, a couple times a week. Visited Ole Miss a couple times. Always knew I wanted to play for a coach like Coach Lebby, especially with the offense that he had. And when he came to OU, I realized that it's only 2.5 hours away. I'm here with a coach that I really want to play for. And just coming up and visiting and being around the entire coaching staff, I knew that this was an environment that I wanted to be in.
What was your first impression of Coach Venables?
Very high energy. I feel like that's everyone's response, very high energy, but that's just because he's very passionate about what he does, and it's very respectable. Obviously, been a very successful coach, defensive coordinator at OU and Clemson, and he's just writing his story now as a head coach, but he's an unbelievable coach, an unbelievable person.
What I want to ask you about, I read an article about when you got the National Gatorade Player of the Year award. Jason Whitten presented it to you, right? Was that a cool experience, and did he give you any words of advice?
Yeah, very cool. And what was funny was I probably spent the next 3 hours with him too, because we had to do all these interviews for 247 and CBS and stuff. So I got to actually talk and get to know him. And I was born in Atlanta, Georgia, so I grew up like a Falcons fan. I'm not from the Dallas area originally, so I've never been a Cowboys fan, but I always knew who Jason Whitten was. So just talking to him, picking his brain about, I guess how he made it that far and how he prolonged his career in the NFL was just really cool and really insightful.
Yeah. Did he give you any advice that you can remember? Anything, any specific pieces of wisdom? Yeah,
just keep my head down and keep grinding. Nothing's given to you. Everything's earned. It was the same way for him, and it'll be the same thing for me.
Yeah.